Mic check, 1, 2. Mic check, 1, 2. All custom. All gold. I feel so confident when he's lacing up my gloves. I feel like I'm about to put a hole through a wall if I punch it. I feel myself start kind of warming up and getting faster by the second and kind of just warming up like a locomotive. And as soon as it starts getting going, there's so much momentum that it can't be stopped. And I truly believe that he's the greatest striking coach on the earth. And like I said, I wish I could put my finger on what it exactly is about his system that fits so well with me. But I think there's that mutual respect. I respect him as a former fighter. I respect him as a coach. I believe in what he says. I feel like my striking is the best that it's ever been, and it couldn't come at a better time. Stepping into that cage against Benson Henderson, one of the biggest names in the sport, from that first exchange, Benson is going to feel how fast and how accurate my hand speed is. And not just my hands now, but my kicks, my movement, my lateral movement, my forward and backward movement, my defense. My defense was definitely something that I neglected in the past. You go back and watch my wars with Eddie Alvarez, or even some of the fights with guys who weren't even great strikers. I would still run into punches. I would take one punch to land a punch. And at 30 years old, after the wars that I've been in, I'm trying to be a little bit smarter in that second half of my career. He's constantly wanting you to come forward and put pressure on guys and get your hands on them and get in their face, but he's always thinking about defense and a counter as well. So, I think it works well. There's a time to move forward and put hands on people. There's a time to take a step back and block a punch, and there's always a time to be on the offensive, but also ready to fire and block something and come back on the defense.
I just had to order a pair of the rifles for my friend, the Irish guy, the big Irish guy.
Oh yeah?
I just get him in today.
Black and red, mainly black with a little red? Or
yeah.
Mainly?
That's beautiful.
Those are sick, yeah. Black and red. I just put in an order for these custom sparring gloves for these.
I want to be broke before I start my girlfriend.
Well, we're going to bring Patrick his coffee.
Oh man, you guys are so sweet.
and then I'm gonna chill with Banks and Abel for a little bit, and then try to run. Got my massage at 1, so.
Just fine.
Yeah, baby. So, well, go save some lives.
I love you.
How much? How much you love me?
I love you a lot.
Okay, now we're talking nice. Still got it. Still got it. In this sport, people change so many coaches all the time, and I've had 5 different striking coaches, and I've had a couple different wrestling coaches, and a couple different gyms, and a couple different head coaches, and all this kind of stuff. But the one constant throughout my entire career has been Neil. The one constant since my 3rd fight, I believe, when I moved out to Extreme Couture, to becoming world champion, and then losing fights, and then coming back, and then becoming world champion again. That one constant throughout it all was Neil Melanson.
You got my neck, boom, lock, squat. High, climb, and lock. Do not go mount with this choke. And now, flex. Okay? So he chases your neck, single, drop them, go high, off your knees, pressure, get your 1-2 finish. Are we tracking? Let's go!
And not just his grappling system, not just his dominance that he's taught me on the ground, but who he is as a coach, what he has made me believe about myself, what he has instilled in me, the tactics and the belief in myself that he has instilled in me is just, it's something that is so intangible. It's something that can't be, it's worth its weight in gold. And you know, I just feel extremely blessed to have a man like him believe in me, because if he didn't believe in me so much, I don't know if I'd be where I am today.
Life is all about sacrifice, you know, and when you can find people to surround yourself with that care about you as much as they care about themselves and their own agenda, it's an amazing thing. So I think the goal is to try to attract those kind of people, and you can't really attract those kind of people unless you are a mirror to those qualities, you know. So I always try to sacrifice myself. I always try to be that guy who's always there to help, always there to lend a helping hand. And I think in return, I find guys to surround myself with, like Marquez, coaches like Neil, like Henry, these guys who care about me. They put their ego aside, they put their own relationships with other people aside to make sure that from sun up to sundown, from the first bell of practice to the last bell of practice, that they're there for me to help me get better. And this sport will teach you a lot of things. Might make you a few enemies, but it's going to make you a whole lot of brothers, a whole lot of friends. It's painful at times, it sucks at times, it's embarrassing at times, it's hurtful at times, it'll make you cry, it'll bring you to your knees, but it'll bring you some of the most joy you'll ever experience in your entire life. So I'm extremely glad that God called me in this direction. Extremely glad that God put me in this sport, and I'm just believing I'm going to make it to the top eventually, and I can't wait for that day.